here we have the phone, and we've got a screen on it. And let's say we don't like that screen. The gear button, number 2 for settings, number 1 for wallpaper. That's what they call the background screen. Use the round button down and then over. And let's choose the ice cave or whatever it is. It's not the ice cave. It's something else. I don't know what it is. It is what it is. It's a blue rendition of triangles that are coming at you. So you might like that one, and if you did, you would press set, and then now you're good to go. Let's say you get tired of that. Gear button, exit, gear button, number 2, wallpaper, number 1. It gives you a selection. Let's go down. Let's see what the far one is. That's kind of an interesting look. And we'll just set exit or back button. Let's hit the back button. Back button. Now your screen is set to that particular choice. Gear key. Settings, number 2. Ringtone. Press the down button on the round control button, I guess is what they call it. Press the center of it, or press number 2, one of the two. Press edit. Now you can say, okay, what's this one? So press play. Stop. Go down. Let's try to see what evolve is. You press 7 if you want. That's what we'll play for ringtone. Stop, let's go down. Oh, what's mellow? That's always a good. Playful. That's just, yeah, interesting. Okay, or you could say ringer. Let's try that one. So let's say that we like that. I kind of like ringer. Press set. Now, once again, back. Now you have set the ringer to your phone so that every time somebody calls you, that's the ring that you're going to hear on your phone. Again, gear, settings 2, ringtone 2. Notice what happened on this phone. It came up with 2 different accounts. Oh, really? Yeah, we set Lori's up. Let's set Sarah's up. Enter. Let's go down. Let's go all the way down. Let's see. Let's find out what vibes sounds like. Okay, that's kind of groovy. Set. Now, back, right? Now if I call Sarah at 2514 on the same exact phone that we just have a different sound ring, now we're hearing her ringtone. What does that mean, and why did they do it? They did it so that they could, this is rather obvious, I think, but it's still, I would think it's probably a pretty good question. Lori has one ringtone, Sarah has another. They're both on the same phone. Now they don't have to look at the phone to recognize who should answer it. They're both sitting in a chair. You know, I don't think it's going to quite get to that point where you get that granular with it. But in any event, they'll know by the audible who's calling on that one phone, which one is being called. Sometimes you'll encounter problems where you will need to talk to a support person. They're going to ask you, what is your MAC address of your phone? Press the gear button. Then press 7 for admin settings. Press 7 for settings, Ethernet setup. In here you will see IPv4 setup. Well, that simply just means what IP address you have. You go down under DHCP, you can see it. It's number 2, and you could read off the IP address to them. They also might ask you, what is your MAC address? Ethernet setup. Down here it says MAC address, MAC address. You'll be able to give them, typically they're going to want the last 4 either numbers or letters with numbers like B, C, E4 or EB00 or something like that. That's where you can give that to them. IPv4 simply is Internet Protocol version 4. Internet Protocol version 6 is more elaborate, and we won't even get into that explanation at this point. We don't have it on these phones. Number 4 is Bluetooth. That's for a Bluetooth headset. If you want to have a Bluetooth headset, please get a hold of me and we'll talk about that because it's pretty extensive and what that does. But just since we're on it, the Bluetooth headset will enable a headset to use on your computer for listening to things like YouTube and music, and also use the headset, for the phone. Once again, it gets up into setup, it gets into, you have to buy a special Bluetooth adapter for it, etc., etc. So it's really too elaborate to get into at this point. That's the analog headset for the applications, or the accessories rather. Accessibility, it says accessibility voice feedback is off. I would not turn it on if I were you, because every time the phone calls or it does something, it's actually going to repeat over the speaker what it's doing. And I don't know about you, but I've seen this in action. I don't particularly care for it. It's up to you what you want to do. That's your choice. And then it gives you a voice speed, which is normal, which I haven't even tried that. But there's an option for off and on. Turn it on.
Voice. Select voice speed normal. Selected. Select voice speed normal. Selected.
Spec beat normal.
Faster. Selected.
Faster selection. Fastest.
More. Slower. Save.
So voice is on.
Incoming call from Steve Parker. Incoming call from Steve Parker. Select voice speed slower.
So every time the phone does something, it's going to repeat back to the person what it's doing.
Home screen. 7.
Remember, if you could hear it, it's repeating the numbers I'm dialing.
1 8 0 5 6 0 3. Call ended. Select voice speed slower. Cancel.
Cancel again.
Cancel.
Go back.
Accessibility voice speed normal.
Go up to voice feedback, press it, turn it off. There you have an example of what that is. On the settings, we talked about different things. There's brightness. That tells you how bright the round key button sets the bright on the phone. And you can cancel that. The the font size, you can go regular, you can go large. Let's do large. Let's see what that is. Let's go exit. And let's see the next setting. I don't believe that we want to change the phone name. Please don't do that. The call notifications, it talks about all calls. If it says all calls on all lines, you press it. Okay. So there's a lot of things here. The headset ringer, that'll adjust your ringer, the use, if we go up to that. Use phone settings, turn it on, turn it off, etc., etc. There's really things here that you probably won't be using. I mean, honestly, you probably won't be using. You'll be using the phone to call out, to have calls come in, to access your voicemail, and things of that nature. We're going to get into the next feature concerning voicemail, but I've got dead batteries all over the place, so I'm going to be addressing that issue, and then I'll be getting back to you in the next video.